Hey everyone! Since iOS 11 has been released and Coolstar has released the stable version of Electra, I thought it'd be a good idea to go back and revise my tweak development series and start from scratch to show people how to develop tweaks again. So the first thing we need to do is, much like last time, install Theos. And if you do have Theos installed from the last series, you won't have to do anything other than updating it, which is covered down here. This wiki page will actually do a lot better job of explaining this than I will, especially because I'm only using macOS, and this wiki page goes over how to install it on all of these platforms, which I don't have the time to go over. I've also never had great luck with these, so if you do decide to stick with one of these platforms, I wish you the best. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started for macOS. So before we do anything, we need to make sure the prerequisites are installed. So that includes Xcode 5 or newer. Xcode 5 is super old, so if you have any form of Xcode, you're probably good. And that's about it for up here. Some more prerequisites are covered below. You need LDID, you need the LZMA Perl module, and an iOS SDK, which is actually installed with Xcode. So the first thing to do is install LDID, which is responsible for signing binaries. That's already installed on my machine, but if it's not on yours, run brew install LDID. If you don't have brew installed, then follow this link and run this in your terminal, and that'll install brew. Next, we need to install a cpan module called LZMA. Go ahead and do that. Okay. And as you can see, this isn't needed on iOS, so don't worry about it if you are setting it up there. And if you're using Windows, follow 287. I guess that has something to do with this. And lastly, we need to install Theos. Installing Theos is no harder than following these steps here. Export Theos to here. So now our Theos environment variable is set equal to our home directory /Theos. And then clone the Git repository into that environment variable. I already have it installed, so it's going to throw me an error, but that's fine. It should install on yours. And run update Theos to make sure that everything's set up properly. If you see something like this means you're on the latest version of Theos and you're good to go. If you've installed it somewhere else, not in your home directory, let's say in root or /opt/theos/var/theos, whatever, then change your permissions so you don't have to use sudo every time because it will get old. If you want the ghost bin script, you can follow that here. I don't recommend it, but if you have a reason, go ahead. And after that, we're done. To make sure Theos works, we can use $theos/bin/nic.pl, and this will create a new project for us. Let's create a new iPhone tweak by typing in 11. The project name is going to be ASDF. Package name we can leave default, and same with the rest. So if we go into the ASDF directory, we can see what our tweak looks like. We have a make file, we have a tweak.xm file, a plist file, and a control file. To make sure Theos is actually set up properly, we can type in make package, and this will create a .deb file. It'll take a few seconds here, but once it finishes, it'll create a new directory called packages? Yeah, packages. And inside of there, we have one package that's a .deb file. And if we run it again, we'll actually get a second deb file. But this tweak doesn't do anything right now. It's just a giant comment. So don't bother installing this on your device. I'm not even sure if that's a good idea. And follow me in the next few videos where we'll start learning how to actually create tweaks, and we'll see what happens.